Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Lindsay, and this is your flow practice focusing on twists and side bends. And throughout your practice, you'll hear me cue to gradually going into these poses as we get there, meaning when you inhale, I want you to focus on lengthening, and when you exhale, I want you to focus on kind of deepening the twist or going into the side bend. So each breath has a purpose. And it's not about doing one breath and going into your deepest depth immediately. It's about doing it one breath at a time. So for example, we'll inhale, lengthen, exhale a little, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist a little bit more, and keep going at one breath at a time until you're at your depth that you want to hold for the duration of the pose. So make sure that you have a block that might be helpful for a couple of the poses, and perhaps a strap for some of our seated forward folds at the very end. Thanks for joining me, and I trust that your spine and body and energy will feel really good after our flow today. And we'll get started in a tabletop onto all fours first. And just first getting some healthy movement for our spine. So a couple of cat and cows. I know this is a very standard way to warm up your body in yoga, so I don't mean it to be such a cliche movement. Just keep going back and forth. But in order to really prepare the spine for twists and side bends, we're going to move it in all different directions in order to prepare it. So if you haven't yet, start to add in your breath, your inhale into your cow with your chin up, and your exhale to your cat with your chin down. Good, and do one more round of those. And then come back to center. And then a little bit of side to side. So you're gonna bring your left shoulder and your left hip close towards each other. And then your other side, your right shoulder and your right hip towards each other. Good. Try to keep your eyes looking forward in front of your mat as you go left shoulder, left hip, and then switch. Squeeze your right shoulder and right hip towards each other. Nice, you guys. Just a few more side to side. And as you go side to side, you want to make sure you push your rib cage out to the opposite side. So if you're hugging your left shoulder, left hip, you want to press your right rib cage to the right. Nice, good. One more time. Just good, healthy movement for your pelvis and spine. Nice, and then come back to center. Walk your hands a little bit more forward so that you can come up into a plank pose with your legs super straight and your arms straight. To modify, you can drop one knee at a time or lower both knees. We'll be here for about 2 more breaths, and this is meant to feel a little challenging. And then lower both your knees to the ground if they're not there, and soften all the way to the floor. Keep your hands there and point your feet back. You may have to lift one foot at a time so that all 10 toenails can face down. On your inhale, lift your chest slightly upward for baby cobra. And on your exhale, lower your chest. Good. Do that again. Inhale to the same height and just feel this height of where you are. And then exhale, lower to baby cobra. And you're going to do 2 more times. Inhale, go up a little bit higher though, if you want, just an option. And then exhale to lower back down. Nice, guys. Then inhale, lift your chest up to kind of a mid version of a cobra. Good. Not fully straight arms, but a little higher off the floor. Stay and hold. 3. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. Whew. Curl your toes under. Use your knees into the mat and press up. Use your core. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Awesome, you all. Make your arms straight. So a downward dog to start. Bend both of your knees significantly. And use that so that you can press most of your body weight towards your thighs. Press your chest towards your legs. Now with your arms, hug your forearms in towards each other. And take a nice inhale here with this bent knee down dog. Then your long exhale all the way out. Nice. Then lower your knees down to the floor for tabletop. Well, we'll do a couple of twists. So you're going to bring your right fingertips behind your right ear. I'm going to do my left so I can demonstrate better on this side first. You're going to inhale your right elbow up to the ceiling. Look up to the ceiling. Good. Now bring your right elbow to your left wrist. So you turn to the left now. Inhale your right elbow to the ceiling. Look up and then exhale your elbow to your opposite wrist. Turning the other way. Good. 2 more. Inhale your elbow up. Exhale and turn. Touch your wrist. Good. Last one. Inhale. Look up and hold. Keep your elbow high. Now reach your right arm straight up to the ceiling. There you go. It'll feel a little awkward. And thread the needle. Bring your right arm underneath and then drop your right ear to the floor, or even just the right side of your head. And bring your left hand forward out in front of you. And this is a nice, kind of more gentle twist here. So keep holding just as you are. And take one more breath. Roll your right rib cage up to the ceiling. Yeah, feel that twist happen. And come out exactly how you came in. So bring your right hand back to your face first. Press up, lift your left arm to the ceiling. Inhale. And place your hand back to the ground. Good. So do that on your left side. So left fingertips behind your left ear. Inhale, look up to the sky. Bring your elbow up and then exhale, elbow to your right wrist. Awesome. Inhale, elbow and eyes to the sky. Exhale to your wrist. Good. Having your hand to your ear. Inhale, look up. Exhale to your wrist. It just helps to get the twist to your mid-back. Inhale, elbow up. Exhale to your wrist. Last time, you guys. Inhale, elbow up, and then hold, look up. Reach your left arm to the ceiling. Breathe in, and then thread your needle, bringing your arm through. You may have to push your hips back a little bit so that your head gets to the ground, and then reach your left arm forward, your right arm forward out in front of you. And having your right arm forward, that's going to help lengthen the muscles at the side of your body. The side of your ribs, the side of your shoulder. And better yet, if you can, make a tented right hand. So the arm that's extended over your head, lift your wrist so that just your fingertips touch the ground. Take a little bit more of a roll up to the ceiling. And come out how you came in. Right hand back to your face. Inhale your left arm up to the sky. Exhale your hands to the ground. Nice. Good. Come back to your plank pose. One more time. Well, not one more time for the rest of your practice, but one more time for your warm-up before we start your salutations. Hold for 4. Feel free to drop one leg at a time or both knees. But I do want you to feel like you're challenging yourself a little bit here. Lower both knees to the ground and slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Keep your hands there. Lift your chest for baby cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Nice. Now we're going to practice full cobra pose if you wish. Inhale, lift your chest so that your arms are straight. Your shoulders are behind your wrists just a little bit, and your thighs are to the floor. Now pull your upper arm bones back, lift your chest forward and upward. There you go. So you get that feeling like you're shining your chest, you might hear through yoga classes, shining your heart, opening your heart. And then downward dog, pull your core muscles in, use your knees, curl your toes, press back. Okay, look to your hands, and without thumping, as lightly as you can, walk your feet forward. That's it. And then at the front, come into a halfway lift to lengthen out your spine. Hold here and breathe. Good. So hands can be on your shins. If your hamstrings are feeling uber flexible, you can bring your fingertips to the floor. But the key is to shine your chest forward. So if your chest had an eye, it could see what's out in front of you. And then fold. Drop your hands towards the ground. Drop your head. If your hamstrings are screaming, then go ahead, bend your knees a little bit. Give them some give. Work with your body. And then gently come all the way up to standing with your arms overhead. Inhale. And then your hands down to your chest center. That's it, you guys. So we're going to flow through a sequence of poses that also connects your breath with the movement. So first, inhale your arms up and hold on to your left wrist. I'll turn and face you so you can see for a moment. Pull up on your left wrist first and then lean over to the right. Just go a little bit first and then inhale, pull on your wrist more. Exhale, maybe you go over to the right more and think of pushing your hips to the left. Good. Now inhale back up to center, separate your hands. Exhale, hold your right wrist. Inhale, pull up on your right wrist. Exhale, lean a little bit to the left first so you let your body know what's going on. Inhale, pull against your right arm again. Exhale, press your hips to the right, going into the side bend as much as you want. Inhale your arms up, separate them, and then forward fold your hands and your head towards the ground. Good job, guys. Halfway lift to lengthen out your chest. And then step just your right foot all the way back. Make sure your front ankle is right underneath your front knee. Place your right hand to the ground, maybe a couple inches away from your front foot, 2 inches, and lift your left arm to the sky to twist. Now to twist, it's not just moving by using your arms, it's also using your core. So inhale here. When you exhale, hug your core muscles in and twist. Good, hold that, inhale. Exhale, rotate your neck so that both eyes look to your top thumb. Lower your hands down to the ground and lower your back knee down to the ground. Inhale, sweep both of your arms up to the sky. Nice, and then hug your core muscles in, open your arms like a T, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left again with this open arm lunge. You might notice your balance might feel off, especially if you're on carpet. But reach out hand to hand, hug your hips towards each other to help with balance. Good, look towards your back thumb, 3. Take your back arm, sweep it down next to you, and then up and both arms up to the sky. Inhale, look back, lean back. And then exhale, hands down to the floor. Awesome, downward facing dog. So lift your back knee, step back all the way. Take a breath here together. Firm your arms. Lift your sits bones or your tailbone up to the ceiling. Look to your hands and as lightly as you can, step your right foot all the way between them. Make sure your front ankle is underneath your front knee. And then bring your left hand a little closer to your foot, maybe 2 inches away from it, and then reach right arm to the sky. Inhale, lengthen your back leg, lengthen your spine all the way through your neck. And then bring your eyes to your top thumb as you hug your core muscles in. One more breath, inhale. Hands to the ground, good. Come up onto your fingertips, look forward, step your left foot to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. And then forward fold, release your hands and your head. Come up to standing, take your time, let the blood rush back down, arms up, and hands to Anjali Mudra. Good. Do the same thing again, just picking up the pace a little bit. So inhale your arms to the sky, and exhale, forward fold down. Halfway lift to lengthen out your back, Now step your left foot back. Keep your legs straight, just like we did before. Ground your left hand so it's under your shoulder. Twist your right arm to the sky. Now one more added thing here for alignment is the height of your hips. Go ahead and see the height of your hips related to your knee. As much as you can, lower your hips to the height of your front knee. You might feel a different feeling in the stretch of your legs. Bring your hands to the floor, lower your back knee down. Good. Inhale your arms up overhead. Nice, that's it. Now bring your arms out like a T. Hug your core in and then twist to the right. Go a little bit first and then inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist a little more by hugging your core muscles in and reach out from shoulder to shoulder. Bringing your gaze as far behind you as your neck is comfortable with. And then bring your back hand down, sweep it next to your leg, and then up and overhead. Both arms lift, lean back. Inhale here. And then hands to the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step all the way back. Take a breath to reset. I don't know about where you guys are, but the weather keeps getting hotter outside, and therefore it keeps getting hotter in my living room, so I'm already sweating. Good. Take your left foot all the way to your hands. That's it. And then twist to the right, left arm to the sky. Notice the height of your hips. If they're really high up, go ahead and lower them as much as you can towards the height of your front knee. Rotate from your neck as you reach and get big. Take up space. Lower your hand, drop your back knee. Good. Inhale your arms up to the sky. That's it. And then exhale, hug your core in, arms out like a T. Twist over to the left. 3. That's it. Rotate as big as you can. Sweep your back hand down and up. Inhale, look up, lean it back. And then exhale your hands to the floor, curl your back toes, step forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale up to standing. And then your hands down at chest center. So the salutations are meant to get you warmed up. We're going to do a few more. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. See if you can focus on your breath now a little bit more. Halfway lift, inhale, chest forward. Right foot all the way back, lower your knee to the ground, or don't lower it to the ground, keep it straight. Good, right hand down, inhale, left arm up. Good, exhale, drop your top arm, lower your knee for real now. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, bring them out like a T. Good, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Good, hold this. Inhale, reach out arm to arm. Twist a little bit more. Exhale, sweep both arms up. Inhale, breath, go back. And then exhale, hands to the ground, downward facing dog. Nice, so the tempo picked up just a little bit. Keeping the familiarity with the poses that we've done so far and doing them on repetition so we can go a little bit deeper, not just physically, but mentally and with our breathing. Step your right foot to your hands. Keep your back leg straight. Inhale, twist up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop your right hand and lower your knee. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale them out like a T. Good. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, go over just a little bit more, twist. Good. Inhale, both arms up. Look back, lean back. And then exhale your hands to the floor. Step forward to the front of your mat. Halfway to lengthen. Fold to exhale. Inhale up to standing. Lift through your ring fingers. And hands down at chest center. Last time. Inhale, sweep up, be big. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head release. Inhale, halfway lift. Left foot back, exhale. Left hand down, right arm up, inhale, breath. Hands to the floor, back knee to the floor. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale them out like a T. Good, take a breath to recenter. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, twist, maybe a little bit more. Good, inhale, both arms up to the sky, look back. Exhale, hands to the ground, downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Good, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Whatever it is for you, find that release through your breath. And step your left foot to your hands, left arm to the sky. Inhale, breath. Exhale, your hand down and your knee down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, arms out like a T. Good, inhale, find that reach. Exhale, hug your core in and twist. Inhale, reach out arm to arm. Exhale, twist, maybe just a little bit more. Good. Both arms up. Inhale, breath, sweep big. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step forward to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold, exhale. Inhale all the way up to standing. And then hands down at chest center. Good, and then to finish the series, we're gonna do a side bend one more time. So inhale your arms up. Hold on to your right wrist first for this round, good. Breathe in, reach tall. Exhale, lean a little bit. Good, inhale, ground your feet. Exhale, lean a little bit more. Just one breath at a time, inhale. Exhale, maybe more or hold. Get your hips in it. Take one more breath. Stay on your exhale, hips to the right. Good. Inhale your arms up, separate. Exhale, hold your left wrist. Inhale, pull up. Exhale to the right. Just a little bit to start. Breathe in, keep pulling on your top arm. Exhale, go over to the right a little more. Inhale. Exhale, push your hips to the left, reach to the right. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, hold. Good, inhale, both arms up overhead. Pull it down to your chest center, close your eyes, be as still as you can and take 3 breaths. Awesome work, you guys. We're gonna keep that internal heat that we built and do some more standing poses, but hold the poses now rather than having just the flow. At the front of your mat, inhale your arms up overhead. Have your palms face each other like you're holding something. Bring your big toes to touch and then sit back into Utkatasana, which is a very strong yoga pose. It's not a yoga pose where you're getting much flexibility. This is strength. Especially strength for your shoulders and strength for your legs. But what I want you to focus on especially is the hugging in of your core. If this is too much for your arms, bring them to parallel. If you want more shoulder opening, hold your elbows. You're here for 4. So hug your belly button in and up. Yes, and that core activation is what helps you to twist really healthy. And then forward fold, take your time, exhale. Halfway lift, lengthen all the way out. Step both feet back, come into a plank pose. And lower your right knee down to the floor. And then you're gonna roll to your right and you're gonna kickstand your right foot. So your right foot now comes behind you. Left foot to the floor and left arm up to the sky for the side plank version. Nice. Now reach your top arm forward over your ear and press your left rib cage up to the ceiling so you arc, and now you're reaching towards the floor. There you go. Inhale your top arm up, reset your spine, and push off your bottom hand to come up into gate pose. You're going to turn your back toes up to the ceiling. Bring your left hand down to your shin, maybe your thigh, down towards your shin, and then stretch your right arm overhead. Now it's really easy to kind of roll forward. I want you to roll back a little bit. Open your chest to the side wall. Good. You can walk your hand down your shin if you like, but make sure you press your shin into your hand. Look up towards your right arm, your top arm, and then come up back to center. Release that as gently as you can. Right hand down, left hand down, step back into downward facing dog. Bring your right foot between your hands. Nice. And ground your back foot so that your back toes point more forward than your back heel. Have your front ankle right underneath your front knee. Inhale to warrior two. And as you come up, check that your heels are in the same line on your yoga mat. Good. Inhale, stretch out arm to arm, and exhale, move your front thigh as parallel to the floor as it can be. Turn your front palm up and reverse back, again, stretching through your right side. Start small, just like we did with the standing side bend. We went one breath at a time. Follow your top hand with your eyes, so lift. If it's too much, look a little bit more towards the side of the room. Awesome. One more breath here. Good, and then bring your right hand to your right forearm to your thigh, left arm overhead, extended side angle. If you want, you can bring your right hand towards the block or the floor to the inside of your foot. This is also a great place to stay, just for 2 more breaths. Rotate your chest to the ceiling. Awesome, hands to the ground. Whew, it's a lot on the legs. Step back, plank pose. Let's go to the other side. Left knee to the floor, right underneath your hip. Kickstand your left foot out and roll to ground your right foot. So you're gonna roll to your left in this side plank variation. With your top arm lifted, turn your palm to face the front of your mat and then reach your right arm over your right ear. Press your right hip and right rib cage to the ceiling. Arc your body as if you're going to touch the floor with your right hand. Good. Breathe for 2. And inhale your right arm up to the ceiling. And then look down for balance and use your left hand to kind of press yourself up into your gate pose. So turn your right toes to the ceiling now. Right hand towards your right shin. Left arm to the sky and start to lean over to the right. Now what's key here is that your hand isn't just pressing your shin or your knee down. You want to also press your shin back into your hand. Yeah, so press your leg up at the same time to not hyperextend your knee. Take 1 more breath. Good. And then come back up to center. Ground your back foot, start to spin towards the floor. Downward facing dog. Good. Breathe here, inhale, breath. And nice long exhale. Look to your hand, step as lightly as you can with your left foot. Ground your right foot first so that your back heel is lower than your toes. Inhale up to warrior 2 pose. Okay, you might have to make adjustments as you get there. Front heel to back heel. Inhale your arms out. Exhale, find a nice low warrior stance. It should be a lunge depth that is challenging, that you feel like you can only be here for maybe 20 seconds total, because we will be. Good. Take your top palm up, reverse your warrior back for 3. Good. Follow your top hand with your eyes for 2. And then bring your front forearm to your front thigh and your top arm overhead. Last 10 seconds in extended side angle. Roll your right ribcage to the ceiling so you get your twist. Last breath together, inhale. Good, hands to the mat. Woo. Step it back. Plank pose now, plank pose. Shoulders over your wrists. Drop both knees to the floor. Shift a little bit forward and then slowly lower all the way to the ground. Bring your hands wide so that your fingertips are off your mat and just your fingertips are on the ground. Lift your elbows to the ceiling. And then press down as you lift your chest upward for this cobra version. Now you're gonna bring the right shoulder towards the left corner of your yoga mat. Well, kind of more towards the center. And then you're gonna lift back up. And now bring your left shoulder towards the center of your mat. You've got to lower down to do that. Press back up. Good, one more each side. Right shoulder lowers down as you turn to the left a little bit. Press back up. Last one, left shoulder down as you turn to the right slightly. And press back up. Inhale into your cobra and exhale, lower your chest. Good. Bring your hands back onto your mat, curl your toes. Now before we lift up, I want you to hug your core in so it's almost like you can feel less core on the floor. Good, so hug your core muscles in, use your knees, press up into a kneeling plank, and then downward facing dog. Good, take 2 breaths here, as if you're hitting the reset button. And then walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Nice work, you guys. Inhale your arms up to the sky, and then exhale your hands down at chest center. Take your block and you're just gonna put it towards the front of your mat, towards the middle of your mat, but on the right side. So towards the middle and on the right. Step to the back of the mat, and you're gonna bring all of your weight into your left foot and lift your right knee up to your belly button. Bring your hands at chest center. So what might happen is that you'll wobble, and when that happens, you'll touch the floor, recenter, and then draw back up, standing on your left foot for as long as you can. 3. Make your left leg really straight. Good. Now look down, step your right foot about halfway up your yoga mat. Nice. Just a little challenging or different type of movement. We're gonna come into pyramid pose. So ground your back foot so that your left toes are on like a 45 angle. Bring your hands to your hips. So you want your hips to be able to turn forward. On your inhale breath, lengthen your spine, and on your exhale, lower to about halfway, but no lower. Good, nice. And then start to lower just a little bit more and bring your left hand to the block outside of your foot or inside of your foot. I recommend to the inside. It makes the twist a little less intense, but if you want that, bring your block to the outside. Lengthen your spine forward and press your right hip behind you. Use your right hand. Keep your right hand to your hip and twist to the right. Keep pressing your right hip back as you rotate your right ribs to the ceiling and your eyes to the ceiling. Now, if you like, bring your right hand up to the sky for your twisted triangle, or hold for 3. Breathe steadily for 2. And then lower both hands down to the ground. Move the block off to the side. Step your left foot to meet your right. And inhale all the way up to standing. Good. Bring your hands down at chest center. And you're going to sit into your Utkatasana, your chair pose, but with your hands at prayer. Good. Bring your left elbow to your right thigh. So you prayer twist. Now the key is, if you see my chest, it's higher than my hips. If your chest is lower than your hips, try to drop your hips and lift your chest more. Twist to the right, press your hands together a lot for 3. Good. Hug your core muscles in to help you to turn to the right. And then slowly forward, fold, release out of that. Good. Okay, come into halfway lift. You're still at like the middle of your mat. Hold on to your big toes with your first two fingers. So you make a peace sign and then wrap that around your toes. Bend your knees to help you to get there and forward fold down. Now everyone keep holding your toes and come into a halfway lift. Good, keep that long spine and forward fold again. It's just doing that halfway lift partway into your fold. Just a nice check-in that you're maintaining the elongation of your spine as much as you can. Good, one more breath here. And release your hands to the ground. Nice. Step your feet back into a downward facing dog. So you may have to move your hands more forward. Good. Take an inhale here. Feel free to open your mouth and exhale out to relieve any buildup that you have. Let go of any tension. Nice. Finding that release. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Take your time. And come up to standing. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And your hands down to chest center. I'm going to take your block and place it in the middle of your mat, slightly off to the left. And come back to your mat, to the back of your mat. Bring all of your weight to your right foot and lift your left knee up to chest center, or to your navel center. Now make your lifted leg active. Spread your toes, flex your foot. With your bottom leg, lift up and out of your hips so you get a little bit taller, a little bit stronger through your lower body. Okay, look forward and down to about halfway or a little bit more forward. And as lightly as you can, step your left foot to the inside of that block. Good. Ground your back foot for your twisted triangle pose. So your back toes are about 45. Turn your chest and hips forward and inhale. Exhale, slowly fold until you get to about halfway. Drop your hand to the block outside of your foot, hardest option, or to the inside of your foot. Lengthen your chest forward and then rotate to the left. Keep your hand to the hip. It's going to keep your hip, your left hip going back, and that'll help to stretch your hip and give you more spinal length. For these last two breaths, feel free to take your left hand up to the ceiling. Maybe your eyes go with it. It's a lot of wobbles that might happen. Keep breathing as steadily as you can no matter what happens. Good. Hands to the ground. Nice work, you guys. Move the block off to the side. Step your back foot forward and forward fold. Slowly come all the way up to standing. Inhale your arms up, bring your big toes to touch, and sit back into Utkatasana with your hands at chest center, your chair pose. Keep your chest higher than your hips and turn to the left. Yeah, hook your elbow. If it's too much to get your elbow that low, then you can hover, you can stay up higher. Good, hold for 4. Push your hands together a lot. Yes, feel your fingertips. So if someone came over and tried to separate your fingertips, that would not be possible. Good, one more breath, look up and twist up. And forward fold, good job. Bring your feet about 6 inches apart, actually a little bit wider, more like 8. You're gonna take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Bend your knees a bit. Hug your shoulder blades towards each other and take your arms overhead. Stretch the front of your shoulders as you stretch the backs of your legs. 3. Good. Find a steady breath again. And slowly drop your hands first, no rush. Then bring your hands a little bit more forward and then come into downward facing dog. Nice, guys. That was it for our standing poses. We're gonna get to the floor in just a second. And first, take a nice long inhale breath. Open your mouth and fog a window. Good. Look to your hands. Lower your knees. And you're gonna sit off to the side, swing your legs around. Good. And come onto your back for a moment. We're gonna do a couple of bridge poses. I know it might be hard to see me from where you have your device arranged, but I'll cue you through this. So feet flat to the floor, arms next to you. And lift your head. Just look that your ankle is underneath each one of your knees. Lower the back of your head down and press into your feet and your arms to lift your pelvis to the ceiling. Hug your core muscles up, so it's like the front of your pelvis hugs to your navel. And then draw your chest up higher, shimmy your shoulders under your back and interlace your hands again, just like we did a moment ago in that forward fold. Press your chest towards your chin and press the back of your head to the floor. 4. For 2. Good. Find a nice big arc with your body. And lower down to the floor on 1. Good. Release, release. One more back bend here. Same thing, bridge pose, unless you know wheel and want to do wheel with your hands to your shoulders. Lift your hips up, shimmy your shoulders under your back and clasp your hands, maybe the other hand on top. Drive your feet and arm bones to the floor and press your pelvis to the ceiling and your chest towards your chin. Breathe for 3. For 2, good, fullest expression, and lower down to the ground. Release, relief. Good, just let your hands come onto your torso. Let your back fall towards the ground. Good. So no matter what in my classes, I always add in a little bit of core, not because I want to be the hard yoga teacher, but because I think it's really key that we cultivate a strong core through core strengthening motions. So for today, we're going to focus on strengthening your side core. To do that, bring your hands to your ears and crunch up and hold with your feet to the ground. And then lower your right leg to the ground. Good. Bring your left knee up. You're going to take your right elbow and crunch and turn to your left knee. And keep doing that. Over, and over. You can, if you like, bend your right knee so that your foot goes to the floor if that feels better. Or even another option, which isn't really a level 1, but if you want to, you can hover your right foot off the ground with your legs straight. Good. Keep going for 4, 3, that's it. Twist for 2, and 1, and then switch left foot to the floor or left leg to the floor. Right knee comes up. Inhale first. Exhale, twist and crunch. Good. So every time you bring your left elbow towards your right knee, that's an exhale. Awesome, guys. So your side core muscles are what help you to twist and what keep you stable when you do your side bends. 5, 4, good. 3, twist, use your exhale, good. Last one, and release. Drop your feet. Drop your head. All right, we've got 10 more though. 10 more crunches. A little bit different, we're gonna do our bicycles. So you're gonna bring your both legs up to a hover. Option 1 is not to move your legs and to go side to side. Option 2 is to lower one of your legs to the floor as you twist. All right, so go ahead and join me here, going side to side for 10. Either keep your legs stationary or move them as you twist. Good, 6, 5, yep, you'll feel that, 4, 3, good. Strong core will help your back. Last one. And release. Exhale it down. Whew. Good, take a breath. And then hug your knees into your chest. Reach behind your knees. And roll yourself, you can cross your ankles, roll back, and then roll forward to come up. You might have to do that 1 or 2 times to get there. And face the front of your mat for Janu Shirshasana. So that's when you bend your right knee and bring your left foot out in front of you. I'm gonna turn and face you for this portion. Good. Now turn over your left leg and start to slowly fold. This is a really good time for your strap so that you can reach your hands to your foot. And that's with your actual hand or by way of your strap. At each breath, notice how you can lengthen. And when you exhale, notice how you can fold or hold that fold. The unique aspect of a vinyasa yoga practice is we have this emphasis on flow. So rather than saying, hey, do this pose, hold it, okay, stop, do the next pose, we try to link them together through breath, through attention to the transition. Good, come all the way up. Switch to the other leg and just notice how you move from side to side. You inhale and turn, and then exhale and fold a little bit. Inhale, notice where you can lengthen. Exhale, fold to go down more. And you just keep going 1 breath at a time until you feel where you want to hold. Even in these static poses like this one, the poses where you're holding, there's still a flow, this undercurrent of rhythm that's happening through your breath, through your cells, your blood flow, through your energy. So even as you hold, still find that breath connection. Where your inhales and your exhales are steady and fluid. And 1 more breath where you are. And slowly come up. You can use your hands to kind of walk yourself back up. Nice. Okay, similar thing. Go ahead and switch legs. But this time, your right knee bent, you're gonna have your left leg go out far so that your foot and your thigh are not touching. Okay, so maybe have your foot more at the center, thigh to the left. Bring the back of your left hand to either the back of the block or the floor. Take your right arm up as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're gonna bend your left elbow a little bit and reach your arm over. Feel both of your legs active and press your thighs towards the floor. And roll your right rib cage to the ceiling. Whoo! There's that lengthening. Good. Press your ribs over to the right a little bit and you'll stretch those muscles between your ribs. And smile through your eyes or your mouth or just a little bit through your heart. Or a lot of it through your heart. Good. Come all the way up. Nice, guys. Other side. So it's like Janu Shirshasana, that seated tree, but different. Your foot, your thigh are not touching. Your right leg is out wider than it was before. Back of your right hand to the floor or to the block if the floor is far away. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale to go over to the side. Roll your left rib cage up to the ceiling for 3. Good. Inhale up. Exhale and release. Good. One more seated pose. We'll do a seated twist. Both legs out in front of you first. Get a tall spine. Cross your right leg over top of your left. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, which can be tricky, is to bring your shin back so that your left knee is pointing forward. Bring your right hand behind you as support. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, hook your elbow and hold. Inhale, lift your spine. Exhale, twist a little bit. Now as you twist here, your right leg might fall to the right. So you're gonna push your right leg to the center of your body by using your left arm. Good, find 2 more breaths. Notice your breath, hear your breath, feel your breath. And come on back to center, good. Start out with your legs out in staff pose again, your legs straight. And cross your left foot over top. Hold here or swing your bottom leg around. Left hand behind you. Inhale your top arm up. Exhale, get the hook. Now you may have rounded to do that, so inhale, re-lengthen. Exhale and twist. And use your arm into your leg to press your leg to center. Another good option, instead of hooking your arm, is to wrap your arm around the front of your leg. And 1 more breath. And come on back to center. Okay, swing your legs or bring your legs out in front of you again. Slowly lower all the way to your back. Take your time. On your back, come into happy baby. Hold on to the bottoms of both feet. Feel free to go a little bit from side to side if you want. And press your low back to the ground in happy baby. Find stillness and take 2 breaths, long breaths. Awesome. And then gently release your feet to the ground and your legs to the ground for Shavasana. Let your legs go towards the corners of your mat. Let your arms go away from your body with your palms facing up. Align your neck to be long so that your forehead and your chin are in the same plane. If you're finding that your chin is really high above your forehead, maybe get a blanket or a book and place it under the back of your head so that you can lengthen the back of your neck more. Soften your jaw. Relax the muscles around your eyes and your forehead. Give this time to yourself to reset, whether or not you think it's necessary, whether or not you like it or dislike it. Just allow your body to be here and to be still for the next 2 minutes. Keep your body still. And take a long breath in and out. And slowly move your body as you bring your feet to the floor. And roll to your right side in a fetal position. And take a moment to breathe there. And press yourself all the way up to seated with your eyes closed. Lower your hands to the ground next to you. And inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Like you're gathering in your practice, bring it down to your chest center. And sit tall out of your hips. And just as you breathe here, just remember that your yoga practice carries with you off of the mat as well. This here was our mind-body practice so that we can take the gifts and what we learned from it, what we gained from it with us into our interactions and our actions. Bring your thumbs to forehead center. Take a moment to acknowledge yourself for being here today. Wonderful job, you guys. Thank you. You can open your eyes.